Hello, welcome to Eye on Africa here on France 24. I'm Rochelle Harrison-Pless. Thanks for joining us. Coming up, results are in following local elections in Ivory Coast, with the RHDP party of President Ouattara clinching victory, but tensions continue to boil over despite the ballots being tallied. He's led a 40-year fight against drought and desertification. Yacouba Sawadogo, a farmer in Burkina Faso, was recently awarded the Alternative Nobel Prize for stopping the desert. And a musical mashup dubbed Urban Traditional African Folk. Singer-songwriter Bongeziwe Mabandla talks to us about his unique sound and repping South Africa on the global stage. Good to have you with us. First up, tensions are simmering in Ivory Coast following delays in releasing the results of Saturday's local elections. A vote won by the RHDP, the party of President Ouattara. The nationwide vote for mayors and regional representatives quickly rose in prominence after the country's 13-year-old ruling coalition collapsed before the ballot. Our correspondent in Abidjan has more details.
Having taken close to half the country's mayoral districts, the president's new RHDP party is the major player. Despite the political events of the last couple of months, it would have had a landslide had the PDCI party not left the coalition, just as the president changed the RHDP coalition into a unified RHDP party. This collapse of the coalition led to increasing tensions and violence around the elections. But Ahmed Bakayoko, the country's defense minister and newly elected RHDP mayor of the most populous district, Abobo, believes the elections went positively.
Yes, it's true that there have been tensions that led to deaths and missing persons. I regret that, but let's look at the bigger picture. In general, across the country, things have gone quite well.
The PDCI, now the main rival, took around a quarter of the country's mayoral districts, including some of the most fought after, such as Plateau in Abidjan, home to West Africa's most significant business district. Results for another of Abidjan's districts, Port-Boué, have been annulled. The Electoral Commission said that vandals destroyed the official results tallies. As in other areas, the PDCI has declared fraud and even complicity by the Electoral Commission.
Nous avons tous les PV, ainsi aussi tous les autres candidats ont tous leurs PV. Quand on fait la jonction de ces PV, nous sommes largement vainqueurs, avec 7000 voix d'écart.
Districts where the results have been annulled will go to the polls again within a month. But the results already show strong support for President Ouattara's party. As all eyes are now on the 2020 presidential elections, his party is more confident that this time it can win without the support of the PDCI.
Everyone should do their bit for the environment, but one man in Burkina Faso has gone above and beyond. Yacouba Sawadogo has spent more than 4 decades fighting drought and desertification by planting 1 tree per day. What was once a patch of barren land in the Sahel is now a 40-hectare forest, an achievement that led the farmer to win the Alternative Nobel Prize last month.
This immense 40-hectare forest is one man's work. Burkinabe Yacouba Sawadogo is known as the farmer who single-handedly stopped the desert. Every morning for the last 4 decades, the 72-year-old has performed the same ritual. He plants a shrub in the hope of expanding his forest.
I used to be a trader and I saw that the land was starting to deteriorate, yet we depend on this land for everything. It had to be saved, so I dropped everything to take care of the earth.
He greened the arid land using an ancestral technique called zai, relying on small rocky barriers to keep water in the ground. The trapped moisture means plants can grow even in the dry season. Yacouba likes to take his sons to his forest to discover different medicinal plants.
This is Acacia macrostachya. I planted this tree because it is an endangered species. Its roots are used in traditional medicine. When it is mixed with other plants, it can be used to fight off evil spirits.
Yacouba transformed the desert into a man-made forest with the support of his family. While he's pleased with the awards he's won in recent years, he's proudest of his 27 children, some who plan to continue his life's work.
My father's work protects the environment for everyone, because a tree is life. I want to use his idea and apply his technique to pass it on to young people.
Over 40 years, Yacouba has planted nearly 96 different tree species and created one of the most diverse forests in the Sahel.
He was once hailed as the new face of Afro-folk. South African singer-songwriter Bongeziwe Mabandla garnered rave reviews for his debut album in 2012, a stirring soulful fusion of traditional sounds and folk sensibilities. For his second album, the rising star experimented with electronic elements and soundscapes, but the music is as captivating and moving as ever. Well, Bongeziwe is gearing up for a gig at this week's Mama Festival and Convention here in Paris and joins me on set this evening. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, you're very welcome. Great to have you here. Your sound has been described as urban African folk. What does that mean exactly?
I think it's just, you know, like African music, but with the urban twist and a modern twist to it. I think back in South Africa, you know, and there's a lot of experimenting with different genres. So I think my music is close to that.
And the latest album is quite a departure from the first record.
Yeah.
Despite the sound evolving on Mangaliso, is there a common thread that still links the first and second albums together?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely guitar, a lot of guitar. But definitely, I think what is in all my music is really like this yearning for freedom and for happiness, and the concepts and the themes are kind of similar with the first album. Yeah.
Okay, well, the South African music scene has been getting quite a lot of buzz in recent years. It's really happening. Why do you think that is? I mean, there's so much diversity in the South African music scene, but obviously there's some sort of common magic ingredient that you're all sort of
something
cooking
in
up,
the water,
right? No, what is it for you?
Yeah, I think, you know, I think music is something that's very important to South Africans, and definitely I grew up with everyone in my family singing, a lot of a cappella, a lot of great voices. So I think music is just something that South Africans use a lot to whether, you know, in good times or in sad times. Music is just in a lot of places in our culture. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you worked with Spuk Matambo on one of your tracks. Actually, Spuk was one of our guests on the Eye on Africa show a few months back.
Oh, great.
And now he's really an ambassador of contemporary South African music. Yeah. What was it like collaborating with him?
Yeah, I really like him. He's just such a kind person, and you know, he's somebody I really respect in terms of music. You know, he's been able to have like an international career. So I was really excited to have him on the album.
Bongeziwe Mabandla, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
His album, Mangaliso, is out now, and he's also appearing at the Mama Festival and Convention here in Paris on Wednesday. You're going to play us out.
Yeah.
Stay with us here on France 24. In the meantime, enjoy this beautiful musical interlude. Take it away.
nami namnezithole andebulele ngento yonke ondenzele yona. Is it